we've actually not got long before the Oscars, right?
Yeah.
7 more films after this one.
Wow.
Oh, our Oscars.
Our Oscars.
And the real Oscars.
I forget about the real Oscars. I forget there's one in Hollywood, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, they stole our idea, didn't they?
Yeah.
But get your Oscar baiting films in now.
Well, how many films have we got left?
Well, we've done
3 each?
92
Okay, so we've got 2 each.
2
after
each.
Russian Art. So yeah, another 2 each, and this was Fernando's first.
And I've
So
only got
Fernando's
one
only
more.
got one more.
I've only got one more, plus the Bounty film that we're going to watch.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Me too.
Does that mean I have 3 left because I have my veto on the Bounty films?
I don't remember us agreeing a veto on Bounty films. Surely this would have come up by now. We wouldn't have got through 3 if anyone had a veto.
Fernando and Claire have met behind our backs, Michael.
I've secretly not been watching those.
One could almost call it a mutiny.
You bloody bastard!
Great. Should we meet about this film?
Yes, why not? I'm ready when you guys are.
I'm ready.
I'm also ready.
I'm ready.
Excellent. Then we're all ready.
It's nice to be back, isn't it?
Lovely.
It is quite nice.
How long it's been.
How long it's been. Fernando, you picked a film this week, Official Competition.
Official competition, it was, yes, I did.
Where did you come across this?
Well, it was a recommendation. A good friend of mine called Diego,
Yep.
who, by the way, also recommended that I should apply to St. Andrews, and I did.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, I remember you talking about Diego before, yeah.
Oh, I like Diego.
So
Do you know
I
Diego?
trusted him yet again. And I hated the film. I was like, what is this?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Wait, did you
Interesting.
like it?
Yeah, it was
loved
brilliant.
I loved it.
We don't have a lot that we all agree on, do we?
What did you like about it?
Oh, it was mesmerised, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't take my eyes away from it. It was funny. It was like it had a lot of satire. It was surprising. You didn't know quite what way it was going to go, and there were some really interesting character portraits, if you will.
Oh, well, I guess I'll spend the rest of the episode just listening to whatever you have to say, because that's
I'd like to
everything I
know
have
why
say.
you didn't like it.
Well, I was always waiting for, I guess, the plot. I was, okay, where's the plot? When's the interesting part going to start? And then suddenly the film ended.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of people rehearsing. They're trying to make a movie like we will in the future. So I guess this was good practice. Well, good theory practice.
Oh, brilliant.
And that was all, right? As in nothing else happened.
Yeah, I guess. No, I guess I did have that feeling of like, oh, is it just going to be this all the way through? But I didn't mind that it was that all the way through. I thought it was good.
Okay. What was the purpose of the kissing scene?
Yeah, there were quite a few scenes that you'd have to ask, what is this in here for? But I think that told us a bit about all of them, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what, it was Felix and Ivan who both really fancy themselves as great actors, especially Felix, who thinks he's a heartthrob as well, are both, preparing to have this romantic scene with a woman on screen, and they both kind of embarrassed themselves because they were so up themselves they didn't really think about what they were doing, and then were utterly put to shame by by Lola, who wasn't even meant to be in that scene, and who then we think started a lengthy relationship.
Do we?
With Diana? Well, we saw them up in the bedroom later, didn't we?
Yeah, I think they were sleeping together. I wasn't sure, but I think so. They had slept together. I don't know if it was like a lengthy relationship, but
yeah.
Wait, who's Diana?
Diana was the girl being kissed.
Oh, what? That happened?
Yeah. So we saw Lola and Diana doing this rehearsal and getting a bit too into it, and Diana's granddad leaving the room. But then, later we saw Diana doing this weird dance in the bedroom while Lola was just sort of sitting on the bed staring at her.
Oh, now I remember, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we were meant to think they had a sexual relationship there.
That, by the way, was flossing. That was...
Was that flossing?
Yes.
I quite liked that it was...
That's what Lola was failing to do.
Yeah, okay. And Diana did it correctly.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Diana wasn't flossing.
Okay.
Diana was just doing a weird dance, and then in a different scene later, we see Lola trying to floss by herself, I think.
Yeah, Lola's doing one specific move, isn't she? That's flossing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's funny. I did like that Diana's dance was like it was such a sort of sexual scene, and it was the least sexy dance she could possibly have done. This quite weird,
oh no, it was quite sexy.
Robotic dance. It's all in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? It wasn't a classically seductive dance.
It was not Kaylee, indeed, yes.
Certainly not a Gay Gordon.
Gangnam Style. Gay Gordon, yeah.
Where do we start?
Where do we start?
I thought we had finished. Okay.
Oh yes, this was one of our 10-minute episodes. Thank you for joining us.
We started with the sexy bits. Now let's zoom back. So we've got basically a film about 3 characters, right? With a few side characters. They are Lola, who has been tasked with creating a wonderful film and has some strong directorial opinions on how she wants things to go. And then we've got Felix and Ivan, who are the 2 actors that have been brought in to do this, who are both outstanding in their own areas of expertise with acting. But Felix is a sort of blockbuster Hollywood heartthrob, and Ivan is
an artiste.
An artiste who maybe perhaps looks down on the kind of films that Felix does, and is
I
all
think
about.
That kind of reflects their real life.
Yeah,
looking up Oscar Martinez, seems like he does very serious plays and films.
I've just been looking at at Oscar Martinez, and that was Antonio Banderas, which I didn't realise until after the film.
Did you not? Oh, I love Antonio
No, I've
Banderas.
only seen him in Shrek 2, I think, where obviously you don't know what he looks like.
Have you not seen Zorro?
No, I've never seen Zorro.
Oh my god! I've never, since the beginning, I've been like, gotta pick Zorro one of these days.
We have to stop now, and we have to watch Zorro before we can continue with this episode.
Yeah, so looking at Antonio Banderas, he's got The Mask of Zorro, The 13th Warrior, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, The Enforcer, Uncharted. It's these quite pain and glory.
That's a really good, I've heard, serious art film.
Oh, what is?
Pain and Glory. Kira keeps trying to make me pick it for this.
Oh, interesting. Oh, well, I guess he's doing something.
It's on Mubi, for instance.
Oh,
well, if it's on Mubi. But yeah, Oscar Martinez is in, we've got The Distinguished Citizen, The Weasel's Tale, Live Twice, Love Once.
Slightly different vibe from those titles.
Yeah. So that's quite cool if they are kind of reflecting, like if they're the real actors have been brought in for this. That's quite good. And I've heard the name Penelope Cruz, but I couldn't tell you anything about her.
Are you kidding? Oh my God, sometimes I forget that you know no one.
Yeah. Well, it's really good for films like this because I don't have these preconceptions that people have. But I don't know if I've seen Penelope Cruz in anything.
You definitely have. I can't think of what right now, but you definitely have.
Mask of Zorro, probably.
Well, I haven't seen Mask of Zorro.
Oh. Also, I don't think she's in it.
This says that she was in the newest Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh, I saw that. Didn't make a big impression on me.
This is odd, because I feel like I know her from everything, but I don't recognise most of these films.
Oh, well, this is what Letterboxd is for, right? So I can go to her and I can filter it to just films that I've seen.
Oh.
Show watched films. Yep, just Murder on the Orient Express. So there's one film 5 years ago that I didn't like and can't really remember.
Did you see Captain Corelli's Mandolin?
Nope.
She was in that.
Oh. Anyway, she was good.
Well, yep. She's great.
So what? Character study of these three people and the inevitable conflict between them. And how they kind of grow to like each other, but also never quite get past hating each other.
She's in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Yeah, which I never
like
saw. That was the fourth or fifth one.
Yeah.
Is it? All right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen many of the things. Anyway, sorry. Please continue.
I thought it was an interesting triangle and kind of reflected the film they were making, right? It was the rivalry between these two brothers fighting over the affection of this woman and a sort of prestige. And that was interesting.
But she was already with someone else.
Was she already with someone else?
Well, that's what you said, that she was in a relationship with...
Oh, yes, relationship is probably too much, isn't it? That they had a sexual encounter, we think, Lola and Diana. But also, she didn't seem to be too worried about things like that. We saw separate scenes where she seduced both Felix and Ivan. And
she did use her sexuality.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure why she was doing that. Was it just that she got a kick out of, like, having them crawl around after her? The power that she had over the two men?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because she had Felix eating out of the palm of her hand.
Yeah. There was definitely something going on there.
I
should probably have thought about this a bit more before we met.
I made a note in my head to be like, think about that. And then brain was just like,
you didn't do your homework. Well, we can think about it now, can't we? So the first time we had a scene with Felix and a scene with Ivan. With Felix, it was when Felix had just been hit by a splinter off that chair, and he was furious and sort of practically saying he was going to walk from the film or whatever. And she just went over and started like nursing it better by completely wrapping her arms around him and like putting his head right towards her chest and stuff, just making it very, very like deniably, but also like so much more intimately than she needed to be. And then sort of led him along till he started kissing, and then she was like, "Wait, what are you doing?" and walked off. And he'd utterly forgotten that he'd just been hit with a chair, and he'd forgotten that he was angry and forgotten about his contract that he was ranting about. And he was just mesmerised by this woman that was showing an interest, despite all of his many conquests that we think he was making on a daily basis, these different women he was cheating on at various times. And I wondered if that's what Lola was trying to do, was trying to just get things back on track by just like asserting this control over him. What did you think?
Well, now that you say it, yes, her sex appeal acted like a healing power.
Yeah.
I wonder if she was also trying to subvert their expectations of her. Remember that scene where she's lying on the floor and she's saying everything that either people think of her or she thinks of herself?
Through the vacuum hose.
Yeah. Which is stuff like she's crazy, lesbian, I don't know, tortured recluse, whatever. But these kind of actions are just throwing that into disarray. But she was genuinely she was very tactile. I think that was just one feature of her character.
Yeah, okay.
Playful, tactile. Local. Yeah. Enjoyed watching her.
Me too.
Magnificent
didn't know what she was going to do next.
Yeah. Yeah, but she was just a brilliant foil to both of these foppish, ridiculous men.
Huge egos.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure. I think she was meant to also be a figure of fun, like a bit of a ridiculous trope of the art. Yeah.
I thought she was a bit ridiculous. Yeah, things like this, like lying down on the floor in her massive room, just saying words in her own ear, and then being interrupted by someone saying like that she has to do some actual work, and her just screaming that she never has any time to herself. Like, oh yeah, you got such a tough life. And she was very cynical, wasn't she? She was quite detached from everything. I couldn't quite believe that she... Like, I didn't believe for a moment that she would fall in love with either of the men or anything like that. She was just, utterly detached, which was really interesting. Great to see. And I think that's why she was so cross when she was taken in by Felix's prank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really liked her reacting to him telling her that, where she just laid out these little whines and being like, oh, that's so cute. Oh, what a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I thought, like, I didn't believe him when he was...
I didn't believe him.
No.
I
don't think we were meant to.
No, but now I was weird about it, because I was like, is he just being a bad actor? Antonio Banderas? Bad acting?
He was so convincing as a cat.
It must be quite difficult. What a terrific job he did of playing a bad actor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't think Ivan was going to fall for it, and it was only after Ivan did fall for it that I thought, I wonder if this is actually what's happening, but it didn't quite seem right. Yeah, it was funny. That was his revenge for the destroyed awards, wasn't it?
Yes. I really wanted to put something in that machine.
Yes. I've spent a lot of time watching videos of those machines on YouTube. They're very satisfying because they will just destroy anything you put in.
Wow.
What if you put one of those machines in a bigger one of those machines?
Oh my God. I would love to know. Bowling ball is quite a good one. They'll tear it apart, but
what?
A few chips at a time. It's quite a satisfying one to see.
Mm.
And I liked how, although Felix, that was actually the most furious he ever got. But Ivan just took it in his stride and actually, I think, quite enjoyed the whole thing, didn't it?
Well, I got the sense that he was annoyed.
Say again?
I got the sense that he was angry and annoyed, but he just cannot react in the same way as Felix.
Okay. Because Felix got annoyed, Ivan felt that he had to go the other way.
Yeah.
He can't admit that he cares about awards.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's too cool for awards.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that almost appealed to his own ego of being... Well, we saw him rehearsing his Oscar decline speech, which is perfect. Just have this dream to be able to turn down an Oscar.
I think that's why she chose the award that was made in the school to destroy. I think the other ones he'd have been far too unflustered about. You just wouldn't have cared. But that one actually was quite nice. Even if you don't care about awards, it's nice to have children tell you they like you.
Yeah. But then he managed to use that as such an almost boastful thing, as if to show off at how cool he is. Yeah. Say, well, this is the most important award to me, and I don't really care about this other award. If he really didn't want to make a big deal of it, he'd have just left it at home. He wouldn't have brought it in to boast to everyone about it.
Well, yeah, you just wouldn't bring in the awards if you really didn't care.
Yeah, that's quite good.
So good. Do you think you're more of an Ivan or a Felix? Or a Lola?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, if we cast each of us in a role. Oh, man.
I think I'm probably an Ivan.
I wish I were Felix.
I think, I don't know, it's hard to say because both of them are terrible in their own way.
Well, in that case, can I be Lola?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah, I think you might actually be a Lola.
Can I be Ivan's wife?
Yes, sure. That sounds nice.
She was good. Just a normal, sort of nice.
She just kind of writes books and gets on with her life.
Gives them to people.
I absolutely broke in the scene where they were listening to the music. That pulsating beat. Oh wait, is it the neighbour?
So good.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what people do.
I mean, I could
so powerful.
Yeah.
Could so easily have been us watching one of these experimental films, watching Pink Narcissus or something, being like, "Oh, I love how this thing. I love how the speech is just slightly after the action on the screen, like as if to say that we're kind of out of sync with ourselves. Oh no, actually, it's just a dodgy file we downloaded." I could definitely see that happening. Yeah.
Oh, that's starting to sound a little bit like when I do symbolism, so I'm going to hold back judgment there.
That's it.
It's close to the bone.
What particular features of Felix would you like to have in your personality, Fernando?
Well, certainly more confidence.
Okay, he had confidence.
Certainly did.
Yes. What else?
Pretty good with the ladies.
Yes, he thought he was.
That too, yes.
And that's why the kissing scene was so good, because he
Yes.
so thought that he was great with the ladies, and just to utterly fail with Diana. I love that when he said, "Sorry if I get an erection." Just straight in, like this must be what he says every time.
Yeah.
Or actually, sorry if I don't. You didn't have to say anything, did you? Just so uncool.
So, did anyone else, when they were watching this, so talking about his character is really bringing it home for me. This felt a lot like a Coen Brothers film with Felix in the George Clooney role. And the just a bumbling idiot, but somehow really cool as well. And yeah, just that kind of off the wall, never quite knowing where you are or what the characters' motivations are or where the plot might be going. Yeah, it felt a lot like maybe Burn After Reading or something.
Okay.
Or I can't remember anymore now. But yeah, it had that real feel about it. I think that's what I liked about it. It kind of felt familiar as well as being
I see.
completely unpredictable.
Yeah, Coen Brothers is the right comparison. It had that sort of understated comedy.
Yeah, this kind of weird, knowing subversion of expectations.
Yeah. So Claire and I had a big Coen Brothers season a couple of years ago where we watched all of their films, sort of one every Saturday.
That sounds fun. I don't know if I've seen that many. I've seen Fargo. Is that Coen Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some others. Does he
And
do...
it's got a similar sort of low-key comedy, dark comedy.
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah. Yeah, you love Fargo, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent
One of my
film.
favourite films.
Oh, 2 seconds. I have to deal with this cat. I'll be right back. Sorry.
See, we can do this when we've got a baby.
For a baby.
Yeah, so I think none of us quite wanted to cast ourselves as any of those three characters, did we?
No.
Well, none of us quite felt that we could.
Of this film?
Yeah.
I actually found Ivan more detestable than Felix, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, there's just nothing worse than an insecure... Someone who's so insecure and has to project that they're not insecure. Just creating this sense of bravado about themselves, that they're so cool and detached, when actually they deeply, deeply care.
Yeah.
That's the sense I got from Ivan.
Yes, if he's better than you for not caring.
Yeah, just a pretentiousness and but masking insecurity. I think I can sense weakness.
Yeah, he's a very deep character. Very interesting.
Was he though? Maybe he was just a shallow man. This is what I can't put my finger on why I didn't like him so much. I think he might have actually just been a mediocre kind of guy with the talent for acting. Apparently, the film tells me.
Yeah, we saw a bit of his kind of moral greyness, didn't we? When he just found out that Felix was dying, and just put forward the suggestion that maybe he could play both roles. Just the most self-obsessed, like grabbing for glory.
Oh, and the looking up pancreatic cancer online and then clicking onto his teeth bleaching.
Yes.
That was great.
Ooh, this looks interesting. Yeah, fantastic.
Evan, what have you done to your teeth? They look very white.
No, nothing. Yeah, that was great. He really went through it. Yeah, just vain.
Yeah.
And it was quite a good comeuppance for him that Felix ended up playing both roles, just as Ivan had said that he would do.
Yeah.
What a terrible idea, by the way. As in, who would do that? As in, who would want to play both? Wait, what about Taylor Swift in
The
You Belong to
only
Me's
person.
music video?
Oh, interesting. I've not seen that.
Don't know that one.
And we call ourselves a film club.
You got one more pick before the Oscars. Could be a 3-minute music video.
I shall.
Or you could save it for the next short film spectacular.
That is true.
Yeah.
You told us you were going to pick Lady Gaga's Telephone.
That is also true. I think I said Marry the Night.
Fine.
But yes.
Worked in The Parent Trap, right?
I was just going to say,
It's the one little girl playing both characters, both twins.
Yeah.
Were they the same person all the way? What?
Yeah, in the original version, it was Hayley Mills played both girls, and in the remake, it was Lindsay Lohan played both of them.
There's a remake.
Yeah, came out in 1996, and it had Lindsay Lohan, and it was wonderful.
Yeah. Lindsay Lohan's great.
Yeah, we had a little Lindsay Lohan season as well, didn't we?
Did we? Oh, we watched Freaky Friday.
Watched Freaky Friday and Mean Girls, and The Parent Trap, and I think there was one more that we pulled out.
Wait, I think I've only seen the new one, the 1998 film.
Okay.
Is
That's
that
the
Lindsay
better one.
Lohan?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we have a new one with Miley Cyrus?
I think we might have left it a bit late. Oh, sorry. So Miley Cyrus isn't Lindsay Lohan, is she?
No, those are separate.
Wait,
Miley Cyrus is. Oh, she's Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana.
I know she had another name. Yeah, I think probably you don't want to see like a remake of The Parent Trap where they're like 30 years old.
I wouldn't mind.
Played by a different actor.
I want to see it with the girl with 3 names from Stranger Things.
I mean, she's
Bobby,
20 now, isn't
Millie.
Oh shit, is she 20? Millie Bobby Brown.
That's the one.
Yeah, I guess we've left that too late as well.
she? Yeah. God, they grow old so fast, don't they?
They grow up so quickly. I thought it was like a year ago Stranger Things came out, didn't it? And she was 11. Oh well.
All of our dreams turn to dust so fast.
I guess if they're going to remake, like if we want a great child actor, it's going to be the first thing we see them in, isn't it? And then they will go on to do other things. I'll keep an eye out. What were we talking about?
You know who's great? Macaulay Culkin. Now they should make a Parent Trap with that guy, right?
They should do a remake of Home Alone where he's the burglar.
I think they've done something like that.
Really?
He's an adult and 2 people break in. It's like a horror because he just tortures them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
We should do one with Shirley Temple.
They could probably CGI her into that. Yeah.
God, they probably could.
Pretty soon we won't have to make films at all.
We don't
All
need,
the possible
the world
films
doesn't
will be
need
made.
more actors. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I just really
It's a weird
liked
one, isn't
all of
it?
the film.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a good film.
Because in reality, it was a bad film. We have nothing to say.
Did anyone see the end coming?
No, I didn't expect. I did wonder actually if one of them was going to kill the other.
Me too. I totally thought that.
Because it was the film they were making was reflecting the film we were watching, and they deliberately didn't tell us what was going to happen in the film they was making, and then Felix stabs Ivan, and that made me wonder a bit, but I didn't see it happening, like with him throwing him off the roof.
So I think there was a little bit of a tell when there was one particularly wide shot as we saw him running back into the building, and we saw the two of them on the sort of roof terrace where they were talking. And I think that was a clue. There's always something about two people standing at the edge of something fairly high that's
Okay.
bit of an indicator.
Okay.
Was this right before he died?
Yeah. Well, 5 minutes.
Why did
before.
they go there in the first place? And that's not the first place you go to when you want to smoke. You just exit the building instead of going to the roof.
Well, one of them was working, wasn't he? So I guess he had to go somewhere private because he wasn't part of the party.
Illegal to... Oh, okay, yes, that is true.
Yeah, but I see what you mean, Claire. I think that if it's following the rule of filmmaking where if you show a gun on the screen, the gun needs to get fired by the end of the film. I think if you show two people standing on a high ledge, one of them needs to fall off it.
Yeah.
Well, symbolism?
Yeah, what have we got for symbolism?
Chocked full of wonderful.
Hooray. So certainly we had that the film and the characters in it were reflected by the film they were making.
Yeah.
Is there a name for that?
Was this a fractal then? Was this a film about a film?
Yes. Oh my
Within
god.
a film? Within
This
a
is
film?
why you've done this, isn't it?
I mean, it only went 2 levels deep.
That you
could
saw.
only see. Yeah.
I mean, the characters in the film they were making weren't also making a film, so I think that's where it ends.
Well, I don't. I
But yeah,
disagree.
the play within a play thing is well established, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a couple of uses of that in Shakespeare, and I think even older. We see that a lot.
Yep.
God, we're doing badly today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you apart from that. Yeah, that bit of symbolism was there. They were brothers, in the sense that they were both, great actors who were actually very similar in many ways, but they were estranged brothers in that they acted like they were so different.
Yeah.
But really, they just wanted the same thing.
Well, yeah, it's good. It's good. I thought so. Okay, one thing. It's not really symbolism, but it's a good little red herring. At the beginning, Lola's talking about how having children strips you of your creativity, and I was like, this dialogue feels really out of place. I don't understand it. Why it feels like, I don't know, a filmmaker's moralizing rather than something the character would naturally say. I mean, I could see her saying it, but it was just a weird little, it didn't feel totally natural. This big rant about how having kids is bad. And then later
a lot of
on,
what she said didn't seem natural. Sorry, go on.
Later on, she's answering questions at the film premiere.
Yeah.
And someone is like, I love the textual interpretation of this woman in a patriarchal world who's doing all of this. And then she snaps back and is like, how dare you read an ideology into my film? Like, it's just a film. It's just art. And I thought that was that they were calling back to her having this ideology at the beginning of me reading into it and being like, whose ideology is this? This has been embedded in here and it's not a natural part of it. That there was mirroring
So the writer was using Lola first to set out all of their opinions, and then also to set out the opinion that the character isn't setting out opinions.
Yes.
That's quite good.
This is totally Fractal, I'm sorry.
You can't just say two things that sound similar and say it's a fractal, you know.
I don't know what fractals are, Michael.
That's becoming increasingly clear.
By the way, my paper on fractals is coming out in 2 days.
Excellent. That's great. I can't wait to read it.
Yeah.
Although I'm a little bit nervous.
Oh, God. Yeah, one of the authors pulled out at the last minute. They were like, I'm concerned this is going to do reputational damage.
Oh, my God. Well, if they're publishing it, it can't be that bad.
Well, it's just one of the mathematicians. And I already cut everything that got criticised last time.
Okay.
So I think it's fine.
That's great. I can't wait to read it.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. No, I think they put forward that little monologue to make the viewer be like, there's an ideology. And then later at the end, they're like, you stupid dicks, there's no ideology here.
Yeah, okay.
There's nothing to read into.
Just fucking around with us. Right? Yeah, it seemed like they were throwing out, like asking a lot of questions and refusing to answer any of them, right?
Yes.
As a film. There was a lot of discussion of the nature of art, and some of it seemed like, this is a very interesting comment for them to make, and other times you just had to think, wow, they're just these like idiotic crybabies just rambling about art in their luxury apartments, and they have actually no idea what they're talking about. I think it wasn't quite clear which of those we were meant to take in each way, and that was quite fun.
A good fun film.
Yes,
rollicking good time.
A rollicking good time. A big sexy romp of a film.
What a romp. I actually thought it was going to be a romp. Like, the title and the poster make you think this is going to be some, like, just, office comedy or something.
Yeah.
And it kind of was, but, very weird vibe for that.
Yeah, so slow
title.
and, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
poster.
do we think the film was a flop at the end? Because the businessman ends up building his bridge.
I thought that. I thought either it was a flop or he just didn't like it.
Yeah.
I reckon it would have been artsy and he'd be like, I don't understand it. I don't like it.
Okay.
But
I
that
took it that he didn't know what was going on. He sort of began to lose interest when he had to watch his granddaughter making out with the director. And by the end of it, we saw he wanted something so simple, didn't we? Oh, they get together at the end. I love it. No, there's more. Yeah, he had such a rudimentary approach to it. Yeah, a bridge, you know where you are.
Yeah. I wondered if it was meant to say something about Lola, that she actually did quite a faithful interpretation of the book. She sets out the book in such detail and then says, well, obviously, like, I'm going to do my own interpretation of it. And then they rehearse it exactly as she described it.
That's true.
Obviously, you can put a lot in with direction, but I thought it was like maybe a little sign that she's actually not as out there as she thinks she is. Or creative as she thinks she is. She's got this mad binder full of scrapbook cuttings and everything like that, but then she just follows the linear trajectory that the novel does.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, just waste months being artsy and then end up just doing it straight. It's like Felix says at the start, right? If you give the character a stethoscope, the audience will understand that he's a doctor. If he cries, the audience will know he's sad.
If you pick the right curtains, they'll know that he's aspirational as a founder.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Hello?
Hello, I get that.
Yes, cat just wants to be fed.
Did she like the film?
So I had a nap from 5 to 7 last night, and she also came in and went to bed and didn't get up till 11 o'clock this morning, so she didn't see the film.
I wish I'd had a nap from 5 till 11. That would have been amazing.
And you were lying down from 5 till 11, weren't you?
I was sitting.
Burn for your pregnant wife.
Yeah.
It's harsh. Remember when you got home at 7 and I went and cooked your dinner for you?
That was really good.
Remember that.
That was really
that
good.
Won't be happening again.
That was. I think I've said all I wanted to about this film. In summary, I thought it was great. It was very surprising and made me think a lot, and that's worth something.
Yeah, I think it'll stay with me. I don't know about what, because I don't actually have really many thoughts on it, but I think I'll think about it from time to time.
Do you know, I think that's kind of perfect. I think it was just a film, and that was the point.
Yeah.
It's kind of everything the film was trying to be.
It defies criticism.
Yeah.
Art is just art.
Sometimes a chair is just a chair.
Oh, yeah. The chair.
Life is life, after all.
And it's all right now.
Nah.
Shall we finish there?
Yeah, I think that's probably wise.
Everyone's sanity.
Yeah. Did everyone say everything they had to say? I feel like we didn't get quite enough of why you hated it, Fernando. But it just didn't have enough plot. Didn't go
that's
anywhere.
Okay. We don't have to go into the why. I can just restate it. I just did not like the film.
I think we failed to really say why one would have to like it, right?
I thought it had some very beautiful people in it.
It made me really laugh at that one point.
Yeah, me too.
So, yeah, taken together.
Good stuff.
Good film.
I still cannot believe you liked it. I still don't see what you liked about it.
I kind of bet, just because I'm always so wrong with these things, that me and you, Fernando, would like it, and Michael and Claire wouldn't like it this time. Which I didn't have a reason for it. I just thought because I'd liked it.
Yeah, you are usually wrong about films.
Well, yeah, I guess.
What would you have built? As in, would you have produced a film? Would you have built a bridge? Or what else would you have built to
I'd love to make a film.
Perpetuate your legacy.
And build a bridge. I think a bridge would be cool because it would last longer.
What about a library?
Yeah, that would be nice. I'd be happy with a cup of tea, you know?
Or a gallery.
Yep. I
think
the British Museum. That would be bad, actually.
Yeah,
I don't want
just
that.
Go and plunder.
Yeah, if they renamed the British Museum after me. Again, I just feel like it's not it's not my brand. Actually, it is. I'm a total fraud. I love a chain coffee shop that avoids their taxes and pollutes the environment. Yeah,
great stuff.
Yeah, was the last one we watched Masculine and Femina?
No, we've watched Enchanted and Russian Ark since then.
Have we?
No.
Oh, God. So we have.
Do you remember watching Russian Ark?
Yeah, but not since Masculine and Femina.
I could have sworn that was
because I've listened to it since then.
Yeah, I think that would be what it was.
Yeah, that's the latest podcast we put out.
Lovely. Yeah, I think this had some crossover with Russian Ark. They were both films, and that's as far as I'm willing to go.
They were both highly artsy films.
Yeah.
Not much to say about the art involved in them, though.
Right, let's land this plane.
Once a wrap.
Oh shit! Oops, sorry. Pardon me. Oh God. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you talked over the sound.
Oh God. It's because I started playing it. I thought it was at the beginning, but I was actually playing it from second 6. And then I panicked. I should have just let it go and seen what happened. But
you thought some people would imagine that it might be something you'd get used to with practice. But you've only done it 93 times, which I guess isn't enough.
Jesus, you are...
Oh my God, I know.
You do it once at the start and once at the end, so actually you've done it 186 times.